I welcome you to the Messiah channel. We are a prophetic end time channel, a ministry dedicated to awakening you about end time events and preparing you for the arrival of the Messiah. Today, our message is focused on one nation under the Messiah. And America calls herself one nation under God. We're talking about 50 states, and they say America is a nation under God. But we are looking for a nation that is coming, the nation of Israel that is coming, that will be under one Messiah, Yeshua, Jesus Christ, the one who is going to rule over the nation. And that's why we are doing this video, One Nation Under the Messiah. We are asking the question, the house of Jacob, where are you? Are you ready for the coming of one nation under your king? The house of Jacob, are you ready? We are making this video in response to the prophecies that are written in the Bible, particularly the prophecies in the book of Ezekiel, the prophet Ezekiel, the prophet of the dry bones. Will the bones arise again? Would there be flesh on the bone, on the bones? The Lord took the prophet Ezekiel to the places where the children of Jacob were scattered. And I'm sure the prophet Ezekiel saw the calamity of the scattering. And he saw the condition of the house of Jacob. And he was not hopeful at all. The bones were dead. But Elohim told the prophet to say a word that the bones will rise again. Flesh will come on the bones. And the prophet Ezekiel has said it. And the prophet Ezekiel is writing to you. And he's saying that there will be a time when the nation of Israel will come together under one king, the Messiah. And that is an end time event, and it is coming soon. It's coming soon, more sooner than you think. And so 3 things will happen to the nation of Israel. Number 1, the nation will be restored. And number 2, the nation will be united. And number 3, the nation will be purified. So 3 things will happen to the nation of Israel. The nation of Israel is scattered over the world to all the 4 corners of the earth. And of course, some people are claiming to be the nation of Israel. And the Messiah warned you that in the end time that will happen. People will claim they are the house of Jacob, and they will usurp the identity of the house of Jacob. And so the Messiah said in Revelation 2 verse 9, Revelation 3 verse 9, the blasphemy of those who say they are Jews, but they are not, they are of the synagogue of Satan. And so the question we are asking is, Where are you, the house of Jacob? Are you ready for the prophecies to be fulfilled? A time coming very soon when you will be restored, you will be reunited, and you will be purified. You'll be purified because when you were scattered, you were given food offered to idols. And the same way that food offered to idols were given to your brother Daniel when he was in captivity in Babylon. Unfortunately, the scattering that occurred to the house of Jacob resulted in defilement with the heathen and Gentile cultures. And they are talking about secular humanism, meaning that human beings are God themselves, and that is a rebellion against the commandment of Elohim, that he is the only God and we should serve him. The heathen culture also defied the house of Jacob by bringing certain heathen cultures. And now we know of the alphabet culture, and that is a rebellion against God, and that is a violation of the commandment of God. The children of Jacob who are scattered over the world, they have been defied, and a time will come when they will be purified. And based upon the prophecies in Jeremiah 31:31, Elohim will write a new covenant, and it will be written on their hearts. So they will remember their king, they will remember their creator, they will remember the ancient of days, they will remember the God of their fathers, Jacob, the God of Isaac, and the God of Abraham. And I'm asking the question, the house of Jacob, where are you? The prophecy is about to be fulfilled. The prophecy of your restoration. You'll be restored. When I say you'll be restored, it means that you will come out of captivity. The laws that were passed to put you in captivity, and the laws will no longer work over you. The residues of slavery will no longer be part of your culture. You will be restored. And your restoration is not because of your own power. And the Lord respects his name. And for his name's sake, he will restore you. And he will restore you to the land given to your forefathers. And the prophet Ezekiel, who was sent to the places where you were scattered, he has written about it. And so let's look at what the prophet Ezekiel said in Ezekiel chapter 37, reading from verse 16 to 17. Ezekiel 37, verse 16. Moreover, the Son of Man, take thee one stick and write upon it for Judah and for the children of Israel his companion. Then take another stick and write upon it for Joseph, the stick of Ephraim, and for all the house of Israel his companions. So Ezekiel chapter 37 verses 16 and 17 is talking about the joining of the two sticks. The joining of the two sticks, the stick of Ephraim and the stick of Judah. They will be joined and they will come as one nation. At the time of making this video, let nobody deceive you. The house of Jacob has not been gathered. They are still scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. And your brother Isaiah repeated what Ezekiel said. And Isaiah said in Isaiah 11:11, a day will come when the root of Jesse will gather the outcasts of Israel and the dispersed of Judah from places, from all the four corners of the earth, including Ethiopia, including the islands of the sea. You need two witnesses, and the prophet Ezekiel is saying that he saw the two sticks being joined together, the stick of Ephraim and the stick of Judah. They were joined together so that they will become one stick, and a time will come when they will be restored. A time will come when they will be purified. And the prophet Isaiah also repeated it, repeated what the prophet Ezekiel said. So there is hope. So I'm asking the question, and the house of Jacob, are you ready? Are you ready for the fulfillment of the prophecies written about you? Your restoration, your reunification, and your purification. Purification from the heathen culture that has taken control over your souls, over your mind, and even the music that you listen to, your lifestyles, the books that you read, the news that you hear, and the laws that you obey. You obey LGBT laws, you obey sodomite laws, Noahide laws, and what you watch and what you export is pornography, and what you watch is pornography, something that is an abomination unto your Lord, the Lord who scattered you. So you'll be purified because the Lord will restore you. And when I say the Lord will restore you, He will restore you to your land. He will purify you, and you will be united. And the Lord will give you a king. The king is not the president of America. She's not the queen of England. He's not the president of any other country. He's not the president of the present nation that you are in. And so let's look at what the prophet Ezekiel said in Ezekiel 37 verse 24. Ezekiel 37 verse 24. And David my servant shall be king over them, and they all shall be one shepherd. They all shall have one shepherd, and they shall also walk in my statute. And so there will be a king. The king will not be Biden, will not be Trump, will not be Obama, will not be Macron. The king will be David, because the Lord has said in Ezekiel 37 verse 24, and David my servant shall be king over them, and they shall all have one shepherd. They shall also walk in my judgments and observe my statutes and do them. They will walk in the judgments of God. They will follow the commandments of God. They will not follow a constitution. They will not follow American Constitution. They will not follow American Constitution that says that everybody has the freedom to worship their religion, and the government will not establish any religion. The government will not proclaim the name of God. In fact, the Constitution of the United States says that it is unconstitutional to say the name of God in prayers in public schools. Children are taught in America not to mention the name of God in public schools. That was the result of a Supreme Court case, Angel versus Vatali, decided in 1962. So the house of Jacob, where are you? When you have a shepherd, one shepherd, he will lead you to greener pastures. He will not lead you to genocide. He will not lead you to criminal activities. He will not infest your neighborhood with drugs. He will purify you because he has said it. He has said it. He will restore you. You will be purified. To the house of Jacob, where are you? David will be your king. The Messiah will be your king. Where are you? And in case you don't know the Messiah we are talking about, he is Yeshua, Jesus Christ. You have a glimpse of who he is. The early Christians did a painting of him. You know his genealogy, and you know his identity, and you are aware his identity has been stolen. But because the time is coming, Elohim has awakened the spirit of people. He has awakened the hearts of Gentiles. And so Gentile king, the other day, Vladimir Putin made a world broadcast that he knows the identity of the Messiah. He was a black man, and he will worship him. So Putin, a Gentile president from Russia, is proclaiming the king. He's proclaiming the name of the king who will rule over you, the house of Jacob. And in the same way, in Babylon, the king of Babylon made a decree that everybody should worship the God of Daniel, the true God who created the universe. And so America will not worship God. They will worship Illuminati, they will worship Freemason. But Putin is telling you that he and his people will worship the Messiah, the true Messiah. And so confusion is in the camp. Confusion has come to the camp of the Gentiles. And it is the will of God that the Gentiles will fight among themselves as the truth comes out. The light will come out, and the lies will be exposed. And the identity of the Messiah is now exposed. And it is an exposure of those who say they are Jews, but they are not. They are of the synagogue of Satan. Of course, you see that the Messiah prophecy in Revelation 2.9, Revelation 3.9 has come true. And so you are aware that there are those who claim they are Jews, but they are not. They are of the synagogue of Satan. The icons in Russia speak for themselves. So the house of Jacob, where are you? Do you know the identity of your Messiah? Do you know that all along they have been lying to you? But you didn't know the lies. Didn't you know that even Hitler said that the Hebrews were black? You didn't know that even the king of Egypt, Gamal Abdel Nasser, he said that the children of Jacob, they left Palestine as black men and women, but they came as white men and women. You didn't know that the king of Egypt was telling you the truth. The Pharaoh of Egypt was telling you the truth. You didn't know that, and now you know. And so the house of Jacob, where are you? Are you being awakened? You'll be restored to your land. You will be united, and you will be purified. And when I say you'll be restored unto your land, and the prophet Ezekiel said it. He said, you will be restored unto your land. And it's not only prophet saying that. The prophet Obadiah is also saying that. And so we have to go through Obadiah. Obadiah 1 verse 17. But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions. I need to read again because I'm asking the question, the house of Jacob, are you ready? And are you ready? Did you read the prophecy in Obadiah chapter 1 verse 17? But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions. There will be deliverance on Mount Zion, because a time is coming very soon when the root of Jesse will gather the outcasts of Israel and the dispersed of Judah from all the four corners of the earth. And that will be the deliverance. And there will be holiness. And no longer will you observe alphabet culture. No longer will you worship the mammon of Illuminati, the mammon of the Mason. Your pastors will not be Masonic. Your bishops will be straight. They will not be queer. They will preach the proper gospel. They will not preach prosperity gospel. They will preach the gospel of holiness. Because the prophet Obadiah is saying in Obadiah 1:17, but upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness. Deliverance. Deliverance from heathen culture. Deliverance from sorcery in Babylon. Deliverance from the sins of Babylon. Deliverance from Sodom and Gomorrah. And there will be holiness. There will be holiness. People will be holy. And that will be the standard that is coming in the land that you'll be restored. And I like the words. I like the word, the house of Jacob shall possess their possession. The house of Jacob will possess their possessions. The other day when you were sent into captivity in Assyria, the other day when you were sent into captivity in Babylon, somebody came and pretended to be you and took over your land, the Samaritans and the Edomites. But the time will come when you will take possession. The house of Jacob will possess their possession. The land given to you, the Edomites, they will no longer be in your vicinity. The Samaritans will no longer be in your vicinity. They will not share walls with you. They will not live in your neighborhood. The Lord will restore you. It means that those who say they are the occupiers of the land and they are the true owners of the land, a time will come when a vision notice will be given to them by hook or crook, whether they like it or whether they don't like it. So the house of Jacob, where are you? Are you ready to possess your possession in Zion? Are you ready for the holiness that is coming? Are you ready for the deliverance? Deliverance from captivity. Are you ready? Are you ready? One nation under a king. One nation under the Messiah. And the Messiah is Yeshua, Jesus Christ. Don't let anybody deceive you with a paint. Don't let anybody deceive you with a gospel, with a sermon. Don't let anybody deceive you with fake news and fake history. You were united sometime during your King Solomon, but after the death of Solomon, your kingdom was divided. The northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. And there came a time when the northern kingdom was captured, and you went into captivity in Assyria. And there came a time when the southern kingdom, the kingdom of Judah, went into captivity in Babylon. And as a result of the captivity, you were scattered over the world. Historic records show that as a result of the Assyrian and Babylonian captivity, the children of Jacob were scattered to all the four corners of the earth, including Europe, including Africa. And historical records also show that even the Inquisition came in Portugal and Spain, the time of deportation of the children of Jacob. And records show that there were black men and women who were deported under the Inquisition. Historical records show that you had a kingdom in Judah, in West Africa, where the Gentile colonizers, the Edomites, call it the slave coast. And you were enslaved, you were captured, you were sent into captivity via transatlantic slave trade to North America and other parts of the world. But the time will come when you will be united based upon Ezekiel chapter 37 verses 16 and 17. The stick of Ephraim will be joined together with the stick of Judah, and you will be one, and you will be restored. You will be restored to your land. The Lord will give you a new covenant. It's not because you are righteous, it's because the Lord made a promise to your forefathers, and the Lord is not a man who lies. He tells the truth, and for his name's sake, he will restore you, he will reunite you, and the stick of Ephraim will join together with the stick of Judah. You become one, you will be purified, and you will be under a king, the Messiah, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the one whose icon showing his identity as a black man was recently revealed by a Gentile king of Russia, Vladimir Putin. So I'm asking you a question. Where are you, the house of Jacob? Are you ready for the prophecies that are going to be fulfilled? Are you ready? Are you ready for deliverance? Are you ready for holiness? Are you preparing yourself? You need to be ready. You need to be holy. You need to repent, because the prophet Obadiah is telling you that upon Mount Zion shall be your deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and you, the house of Jacob, you will possess your possession. And those who are occupying the land, they will get a vision, notice, and they will be scattered, because the true children of Jacob are coming, and they are coming from all the four corners of the earth, and they are coming for their deliverance. And even they will come from beyond the rivers of Ethiopia, because the prophet Zephaniah, the son of Cushi, has said it in Zephaniah 3 verse 9 to 10. Thank you for watching this video, and keep hope alive. Keep hope alive. The house of Jacob, be ready to get your deliverance upon Mount Zion when you see holiness, and where you will possess your possession. Thank you.